here they are on a train on their way to the 1939 World's Fair. And you know, my application of those principles is obvious. The book's kind of complicated. These guys have sort of alter egos in comic books of the time called the Cat Creator and the Cosmic Kid. They look just like them. It's not them, but it looks just like them. And in designing these characters, I actually gave some thought to the fact that I wanted to convey two different opinions about futurism through these characters. And so Cat Creator is kind of your classic square-jawed hero who's wearing a space suit that looks very much like a real spacesuit. I mean, you could put a helmet on that, put him in space, and he'd survive. So that's one vision of the future, the vision of the future that got it right. The Cosmic Kid is wearing like basically a Buck Rogers Flash Gordon suit that's kind of totally impractical for space flight. And it's brightly, garishly colored like Legion of Superheroes. That kid has no business being in space. So I was able to, you know, design these characters to be partners, to look like they belong together, but you know, kind of illustrate these two different visions of the future. And the only thing that ties them together, the one point, the detail that I deliberately did to tie them together was these little buttons on Cat Creator's chest. I made them the same colors as his uniform to just say, yeah, they're a team. Those guys go together. So with that, what I'm going to ask you to do is on the second page of the handout, I'm going to ask you to create two characters. And I'm going to want one of those characters to be a self-portrait. And I want the two characters to be distinctly shaped, have distinct shapes and silhouettes that can be instantly read without confusion. And when you're doing this, I want you to remember, I'm not looking for art skill here. You remember what Miriam Engelberg's Can't Say Michelle Person looked like. You remember XKCD with the stick figures. If you can draw a stick figure, I'd like you to try to draw a self-portrait. And then I want you to draw a second character that might be someone you know, might not be. I would be totally impressed if someone made it a fire hydrant, or you know, a tiger, or something different. So we're just gonna take a couple minutes here, and I'm gonna beg you to please help me out with this. I'm gonna ask for volunteers, and I'm gonna put them up here, and I'm gonna put them on the screen, and we're gonna look at them and talk about them for just a second. So I'll just give you a couple minutes to do that. And if anybody wants to like do a drawing and wave it up and have me put it on the screen, I'd do that. And of course, it's not mandatory. I'm not going to come around and make anybody do anything. But please give it a fair shot, because I think it'll be fun. And I will not be mean, and this will just be a positive, nurturing, fluffy down comforter environment. So I appreciate that. This is the hardest thing I'm going to ask you to do today, by the way. I couldn't quite figure out how to ask you to do it later, but we'll just jump right in.
I'm trying to figure out how to draw a fire hydrant. I don't know.
Fire hydrants are hard, because you have to actually understand how a fire hydrant works to be able to draw one. So you have to like know where the water comes out and then know what the valve on the other side's for.
Oh, please.
Fire hydrants are hard. And this is meant to be fun. If it's horrible for you, don't do it. But I don't want it to be horrible for anybody.
Tell them I can't draw.
I think that'll be apparent.
Oh, okay, good.
We have our first victim. There's my wife, Karen's.
Who can't draw.
See, I told you, you got it. I promised gentle and nurturing and encouraging, didn't I?
Yes.
So that's Karen on a fire hydrant, or a trash can full of water with a hole through it. Thanks. You know, I mean, I'll keep talking. Obviously, one reason I'm asking you to draw a self-portrait is you know you better than anybody, but also because You know, so the best comics are personal. The best comics, autobiographical comic is can get a little tedious when you're a little too into yourself, but the best stories are the ones that come from your life. And you know, kind of what I'm hoping to get out of this exercise, out of this workshop, is to send you out into the world with the confidence to tell your own stories and help other people tell theirs. You're working really hard, Stu.
Yeah,
You're thinking too hard.
well, I can do me okay. It's the contrasting character.
Anybody have anything they want to share yet? Thank you so much.
I'll come back.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Oh my God, you're good. Thank you. Fantastic. Thanks. I'll hand these back. Wow. This is some incredible stuff here. Thank you. We're going to have fun handing these back to you too.
You take mine down.
Yeah, I'll take yours down. Oh, I love this. Thank you. And I'll take more too. I want to get started here because I do. Stu has a lovely. This is terrific. I don't know how this camera's going to work, but let's see. Can we get that? It's hard with the book too. Yeah.
Hold the
Well, the
paper.
portrait, Stu. You want to say anything about the woman?
She doesn't work for me yet. I know what I want her to be like, but it's a place where I wish I had. I may be right where Thurber ended up when he said if you were a little better, you'd be mediocre.
There's some beautiful characterization going on there. You are fantastic. The nose and glasses, and you know, no, that's fine. It's just it's a beautiful piece of work. It almost looks like a George Booth or something. You know, it's really nice nice style, nice pen work. I like that a lot. Thanks. That's nice. Let's see what we got here. This is. Let's see. You don't have to identify yourself, but this is again really nice. And I like the. I didn't even ask for this, but the use of the iconography of the thinking, the dreaming or imagining. God, that's super. That's really nice. And a full figure too. I'm impressed with that. Very cool. Thank you for sharing that. And again, that's good contrast. I mean, male, female is as basic as it gets, right? That's what it's all about. This is lovely work. And first of all, I love the figure work on the woman on the left. I mean, that's just that's the detail in the hair there and the facial expression. That's just gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. That's really nice. And then the robot is there's actually, I think, something fairly sophisticated here. I don't know intended or not, but I mean, you've got the the roundness of the woman. It's the woman is all curves. The robot is all squares and just very nothing but rigidity there. And yet they look kind of like they belong in the same universe together. So that's really neat. That's excellent. I appreciate that. Thanks. This is cool. Somebody brought a brush pen. That is, first of all, that's beautiful brushwork. And you know what I was saying earlier about all you needed was a pen and blank paper to make cartoons. If you and I were having like pizza and a beer, I'd recommend that you start using brushes or brush pens. In fact, I'm going to later, because you get such liveliness of line out of them. I mean, you got the jester and the dog, fantastic. But look at the liveliness of that line. Look. I mean, just drawing. Just this here. It just comes alive. Even if you just focused on just this part, that's an interesting drawing just in and of itself. No matter what it's about, the line makes it interesting. And his expression is fantastic. I mean, those eyes, that face, this is clearly a person with some experience here. It's really nice work. Liveliness is something to be strived for. Liveliness and an authentic, individualistic style. Enthusiasm goes a long way. Hey, what's up, Doc? Beautiful? Beautiful? you know, it's incredibly contrasting, but you know, I can see this kind of working like a person going through life in his muse or his, you know, imaginary friend or something. I mean, that could be a really cool looking character. Looks a little like Woodstock the bird. But and I love the expression on the face, and you know, a lot of people wouldn't make the eyes kind of looking off to the side like that. They like have a face on, but that's really sophisticated stuff going on over there. That's good. This is fantastic. You guys are so cool. All right, pencil work. I don't know how this will show up, but it's really nice. I'm going to talk a little bit about process later. Most cartoonists start by penciling, and then they pencil lightly, and then they go over it in ink to make it dark enough to print and see. Yeah, that's good to see. But what we've got here is we've got looks like a fairly jolly fellow on the left, and then a horrible, savage, dragony looking guy looking over his shoulder about to eat him or something. It's again, beautiful work. What's nice about this, and this is something else that's kind of important for cartooning. Yeah, it doesn't show very good, but it fills the frame. The artist filled the frame, and right up to the borders, and actually a little bit beyond the borders, which kudos, very nice. But filling the frame is important. I was talking to oh geez, now I'm bragging. I wasn't talking, but I had a correspondence with Lynn Johnston, who did the comic strip For Better or For Worse, and she said that one of the hardest things for her to learn was to think of the panel of the comic strip like a window into your characters' lives, and fill the pain. Yes. Oh, you want to?
I'll return it.
Okay, cool. And so, and I think that's a nice way to look at it. There we go. Lovely. Again, we got male, female, and but look, everything about these characters is different. You can tell those silhouettes apart. The spiky hair is a terrific contrast to the woman's you know, smooth, round hair. Terrific, you know, and the beard and mustache. I mean, obviously those are real life and accurate here, but it's nice. I don't have anything to say about that. That's great. Those are two characters who could star in a comic strip or a graphic novel. This one I love. Let's see, can we get that? Yeah.
Really dark.
It's a very thin pen line, but and it's a little dark up here, but. It's very cool because you've got a very kind of normal-looking person on the left, and it's either maybe it looks like an abominable snowman, but just a very nervous-looking thing on the right. And what I love about this, and maybe you can get some of this, yeah, it's just there's let's just say a really super nervous energy to this line. It's almost like done with a tremble, almost like they just can't wait to get the excitement out on the page and captured. And again, you know, like I showed with the brush pen. That liveliness of line is very hard to capture, very worthwhile trying to capture. Just that energy that you're trying to put out on the page. Very cool. That's a nice piece of work. And then this is lovely. Some of the same comments I said about the other robot drawing apply here, which is that human beings are soft and squishy and round, and this robot, again, it's a square, hard-shelled robot that's just all angles. I mean, look at those noses. Even the man's nose has kind of got just a nice roundness to it, but the robot's just got that straight angle, just chop, chop. That's the robot's nose. That's thoughtful. The robot's expression is completely neutral. The eyebrows are aligned, the mouth is aligned, and you'll see why I'm noting that in just a second, because we're going to talk about facial expressions in a bit. And whereas the man's eyebrows are round and his mouth is just this little tweak up here. That right there sells this whole cartoon to me. I love that. That's personality right there. Very cool. Oh, thank you for doing these, and thanks for letting me show them. This is so cool. And then this, that's lovely work. That's lovely work. The contrast is obvious. And you know, I mean, just completely parenthetically, I kind of like some of the texture stuff you're doing in the hair. That's nice. But that mouse is just cute as hell. That's just really sweet. Nice job on the eyes. I love the little, I always try to put the little sparkle in the eyes. Little sparkle.